And we will start this month's joint commission meeting between the City of Sioux Falls and Lincoln County. As a reminder, this meeting is being recorded, and the order of events tonight will be as follows. For each public hearing, staff will introduce an agenda item and present a summary of the staff report. The applicant will then be asked to explain their proposal in further detail and answer any questions from the Planning Commission members. I will then open the floor to public comment, first to the persons in support of the application, then for persons in opposition of the application. When you step up to the podium, please state your name, address, and speak clearly into the microphone. Speakers are encouraged to only address the new and relevant information pertaining to the item. Above all, please be cordial and to all meeting participants and refrain from side conversations and speaking out of turn, or you'll be asked to leave. Lastly, decisions of the conditional use permit applications may be appealed to the County Board of Commissions and City Council by submitting a letter to the County Planning and Zoning Office within 5 business days. All right, with that, I will do roll call of the Lincoln County side. Commissioner Johnson.
Present.
Commissioner Scott.
Here.
Commissioner Poppins.
Here.
And Commissioner Jungling is here. City of Sioux Falls.
Roll call, Commissioner Lukey. Here. Commissioner Kittams.
Here.
Commissioner Fisher.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Paulson here.
Okay, thank you, everybody. We will do the approval of the agenda. Are there any changes, Mr. Brown?
Minutes first, Mr. Chairman.
All right, with that, I'll ask for a motion from the Lincoln County side to approve the agenda. Wait, do we do the motion? Yeah, we don't do that.
Minutes first. Yeah.
Oh, well, minutes, look at that. I got so excited I went to number 3 instead of number 2. All right, approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to accept the minutes from the prior meeting.
Thank you.
Second, Scott.
All right, motion and second. Any discussion, Lincoln County? All right, I'll do roll call. Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins?
Yes.
And Commissioner Jungling's also a yes. City of Sioux Falls?
Commissioners, the county has approved the minutes. Is there action that you would propose for the same?
Mr. Chair, motion to approve the minutes. Johnson.
Second, Lukey. Okay, motion by Johnson and second by Lukey to approve the minutes. Take a roll call vote. Commissioner Lukey?
Yes.
Commissioner Kittams?
Yes.
Commissioner Fisher?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Approval of the agenda. We already discussed this one already. Do we have a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the agenda.
Thank you.
Second, Poppin.
All right, motion and second. Any discussion, Lincoln County? Hearing none, I'll do roll call. Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins?
Yes.
Commissioner Jungling is also a yes. City of Sioux Falls?
Sioux Falls Commissioners, the county has approved the agenda. What action do you take?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. I'll second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, roll call vote. Lukey?
Yes.
Kittams?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'd like to ask the public to comment on any items that are not on the agenda tonight. Anything you'd like to discuss? Seeing none, I'll close that floor. Mr. Brown?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Toby Brown, representing County Planning. This first item is, or only item tonight, is an application for a conditional use to transfer one building eligibility. The subject properties are currently zoned A1 agricultural, as you can see on the screen. The sending parcel is this one to the farthest to the north. It'll go through as kind of, there's an intermediary parcel in between, and then this is the receiving parcel will be here. All subject properties are currently utilized, though the sending and the receiving are utilized for row crop production. The applicant for this item is Bogey LLC. And I'll get a little closer on this part here. And this is a little difficult to see. I'll see if I can rotate that. But so essentially, instead of reading off the legal description on this, I'll just say the parcel numbers on this. So the transfer will be from parcel number 150 29 10 15 through 150 29 10 30, and the receiving parcel is 150 29 10 40. In the staff analysis or the staff report, you'll notice that staff outlined the standards or conditions for a building eligibility transfer, primarily that it be contiguous and under same ownership, which all three of these parcels are. The receiving parcel will be to the one to the south. There will be an existing building eligibility there. Intentions is that the property will be developed with 2 houses. The subject property directly to the south. Pull that up once there. Oh, there we go. The subject parcels to the south would be the Baker Crossing Golf Course and the residential development to here. So this will adjacent or be contiguous to essentially a residential developing area. The density of it will not be increased. We're just transferring eligibilities. We're not increasing the number of houses that will be within the area. Staff in the staff analysis did identify that it in staff's findings that it is in compliance with the zoning ordinance and it meets the intent of the zoning ordinance. So staff does recommend approval subject to the 4 conditions that were outlined in the staff report. With that, we'd have to answer any questions that you have for staff at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. City of Sioux Falls, any questions for staff?
Any questions? No questions.
No questions. You guys are good? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, City of Sioux Falls, any questions for staff? I don't know.
No,
Go ahead.
no questions for staff.
Okay.
Talk to the applicant next.
Yep. Yep. With that, applicant, please come forward and say your name.
Brady Hyde, 4615 South Tech Link Circle, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Any questions for me? As Toby had mentioned, our intention there is kind of through the middle of the property. You saw a little lower lying area. So that lower lying area is the homes would be constructed to the south of that lower lying area between the golf course and actually the blue dotted tributary there as it notes. So, and at some point undetermined in the future. So no plans in the immediate future to do so.
Access to these would be from the 117, is that?
Yes, there's an approach that exists right there about where the arrow is, right where Toby's marker is there. There's an approach there, so I know we'd have to get approval from the highway department and probably work through that with them at some point, but there is an existing approach there.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
So your property on the south side border there, there's not a road there, that's just an approach off the highway?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Any other questions from the city?
Brady, I have a
Yes.
question.
Please.
What size lots are you thinking about putting over there? And where about are you thinking about putting them?
I'm very preliminary at best. I would say probably 200 to 300 feet to the north of the boundary between us and the golf course there.
Okay.
And then as far as the size of the lots, I'm not sure. It's going to be standalone residences, and we'll probably still try to do some sort of farming application around the residences. So I'm not sure how that lays out. We'll have to work through some sort of mutual access from wherever we have access from 17 there, and figure out how both parcels or neither parcels gets landlocked, etc. So I really don't know at this time, only because I really haven't taken even a first pass at where the houses are going, the size of the homes, et cetera, so.
So that's also the access.
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Eric.
Go ahead, Eric.
oh, I was just going to say, Commissioner Jungland, a question. So, just to clarify, Brady, what you're saying is you don't have a plan on how these are going to lay out or how they're going to be replatted.
No, not at all.
And right now, we're just moving housing eligibility, so that's not on our
Yes.
deal
Yep.
today. I'm really just curious, because I live on the golf course. I just want to see who my neighbors are going to be.
Yeah, we'll be back off there a ways. Yeah, just I know if I was to golf there, I'd be hitting houses anywhere close. So we'll keep our house back a ways.
Sure. Okay, commissioners, any other questions on the moving the housing eligibility?
So when you're talking about the development, it would be then of two eligibilities, the one that's currently on that location and the one you'd be moving?
Yes.
And then we would also, so just to clarify, that access for the homes would also be the access you'd use for the agricultural use in the future?
We wouldn't intend to add any additional accesses onto 17. We wouldn't expect that.
You all right, Mitt?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I will ask anybody in favor of the applicant to come forward and speak. All right, seeing none, I will ask anybody in opposition of the applicant to come forward and speak. And seeing none, so I will close the floor to public comment. And before we ask for motion, is there any discussion between the city and Lincoln County that we'd like to have on the application?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Project seems to make sense to me. There's gonna be a lot of wide open spaces, and with this application, I don't see any reason. I'm a city dweller, but when it comes to these ag parcels, I don't see any reason why that eligibility shouldn't be relocated. So I'll be in support of this.
Okay. Everybody else is okay. I will ask for a motion from the Lincoln County side motion to approve. Or a motion, put it that way, a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the conditional use permit.
With the 4 conditions.
Yes, as stated.
Commissioner Scott or Commissioner Poppins?
I'll second. Sorry about that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on Lincoln County side?
I'm just going to say, and I mean, we've been talking about this the last couple months, and one of the things I still have concern about, and will continue to, is I realize that all we're voting on tonight is just moving the eligibilities. But I really think I'd like to see tonight and in the future is some kind of plan on what these plats are going to look like. Because once we move the eligibilities, there's no mechanism in place that gives us a chance to ever have another comment on that, based on the way things are right now, because they don't have to come back to do a conditional use permit to either replat or to do the acreage site. And so those are just my comments. I would like to, I know it's not required, but I'd really like to start seeing the plan on these and what they're going to look like.
Mr. Brown, can you comment on that one, please?
Well, I think he addressed it. It's not required. But yeah, I mean, preferable, we would like to see a site plan or some type of layout, but it's not required at this time. It's just a transfer of condition. But in saying that, we do have standards, setbacks, regulations that govern, essentially, or what is allowable for that type of a use. Because at the end of the day, the building of it is a permitted use. It's the transfer that does require the conditional use. But certainly, I concur with Commissioner Scott and staff. With we continue to ask for if there is a site plan associated with it. So,
Thank you. Any other discussions on Lincoln County side? Okay, hearing none, I'll do roll call. Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins,
Yes.
Commissioner Jungling is also a yes. City Sioux Falls?
Okay, Sioux Falls Planning Commissioners, the county has approved the application with the 4 conditions. Is there a motion to address this?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve with the 4 conditions.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Lukey, second by Kiddums. Is there any further discussion? All right, we'll take a roll call vote. Commissioner Lukey,
Yes.
Commissioner Kiddums,
Yes.
Commissioner Fisher,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Brady. Good luck. All right, next we have consideration of new business. Mr. Brown, do we have any new business tonight?
no new business for the agenda, but just a notification that we will have a joint meeting next month for an application that we've received. So we'll see you in December. So.
All right, thank you very much. If everybody's good, we'll move to adjourn. Do a motion and a second?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second by Poppin.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those against? City Sioux Falls?
Okay, City of Sioux Falls, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Johnson?
Okay,
Lukey.
second Lukey, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, I